Yes, sir, fam. What's up, man? NBA, man. NBA. I tried to do a quick live stream last night. Well, I did do a quick live stream last night, touched on some good points here. Uh, you know, but NBA preseason, if you're not built for it, then I suggest you stay away from it. You have to be on Twitter. I'll show you some of this in a second. You need your apps. One of my favorite go-to apps. I'm gonna show you guys right now. It's called the Score. Show you guys. It's called the Score. Okay. So right here, you see it, the Score. There you go, the Score. Especially if you work. I mean, when you go to that app and the live games and you go check out the scores and stuff, there's a blue dot by the guy that lets you know who's in the rotation and things like that. That I find that so helpful. It's a few other apps that does that anywhere it goes, but just navigating that whole app will help you a ton. So that's been the app that I've been using. I've been stuck on for forever. Let me pull up a screen here. Let me pull up a screen here. And Twitter. I mean, preseason and regular season, you can't. I can't tell you guys enough. You have to listen. You absolutely have to be in tune with the beat writers. Okay, so let me show you guys a few things here. All right, so look. For instance, look at my page here. All right, so I got lists on my page. All right, I got lists, and let's see. Right here is a NBA DFS news. That's a this is NBA list, Twitter list here. Okay, hold on one second, one second, one second, one second, one second. Uh, I got an NFL beat writers and a NFL preseason list as well. But yeah, this is a NBA list. I mean, just full of NBA, just all NBA. Okay, all NBA, all NBA. You can get lost in the sauce just reading. All my favorite reads. You can go subscribe to this if you. Oh shit, I ain't even showing you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Damn, my bad. Okay, so yeah, let me show you. You go to my list right here on my page, Twitter, or anybody that tells you one. And NBA DFS news, bam. This is the NBA list, okay? So beat writers, or whatever the case may be, NBA beat writers news and alerts. You can actually go subscribe to this and just go look at it, and get in tune with all the news, whatever the case may be, because you're gonna need this. All right, you're gonna really, really need that. Uh, following NBA underdog, that's a number one follow right there. But and then just searching news on Twitter in general, especially for preseason. Like you can, I can't. I was just looking at who I was looking at Jim early earlier. I was just looking at Jim. Let me move some of this. Okay, so there he is right there, Jim Eichenhofer. Uh, he's a beat writer for New Orleans Pelicans, and this is the news that you can use. You have to be if you're not researching these beat writers or whatever, you gotta do that. Okay, so not 42 minutes ago, not sure on the latter. Willie Green indicated yesterday that the starters won't go more than 20 to 25 minutes. There are some moving pieces with Ingram and McCollum, both questionable to play, which obviously affects potential lineups and rotations. All right. So, and then you can ask some questions and stuff like that. He's replying to somebody. All right. So that's just, one thing that'll let you know. The beat writers are the closest things to the coaches in the organization right now. And because the coaches and things, they're not going to tweet things out and stuff like that. So that's major key. I've got other news. Billy Donovan, this is from Casey. So let me see. This is from Casey Johnson. K Casey Hoop. Let me see if I can find his Twitter. KCJ Hoop. Johnson, Bulls beat writer. My Bulls. My Bulls. What we got here? I know I had some news on it. And there's articles and everything as well. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. Yeah. Let me see. There was a decent piece of the information here. All right, so here it goes right here. DeMar Rosen said he wants to play as much as coaching staff and medical, of course. He wants to play as much as they allow. Casey Johnson, Billy Donovan said he hasn't yet decided how much the starters will play in Tuesday's preseason opener versus Pelicans. Said sitting some of the vets in at least one of the four preseason games is possible, but not guaranteed. All right, so that's just a few beat writers, and I also read up. What else did I read up on? I read up on some of the Heat guys. Ira Windersman. You guys should know him if you're into it. Into preseason, whatever the case may be. But let's just get into a few things here. All right, I just wanted to point that out. Another thing here. If you want to see how things are going between teams and things like that for preseason or in the past, rotations and stuff like that, how these coaches distributed these allotment of minutes around, I can show you how to look at a few things here. When you want to go to that, you can go to ESPN, something quick, go to NBA, go to schedule. I want to say go to schedule. And then you can go to let's see. Then you can filter things out. All right. So we can go to okay, we got Detroit on the docket. Let's just go to Detroit. And then let's go to schedule again. And then you have the 22-2 season, 22-23 season right here. Then you have the preseason. Well, you can filter it between the preseason and regular season. Then you have the 22-23 season. You can filter it between 21 and 22, which is last year. Okay, that's last year. Then, my internet's acting up right now. So there we are, the 21-22 preseason. Then you can click on the scores right here, and then you can get all the rotations, not the rotations, but you can get the minutes allotments that's been that was distributed. You know what I'm saying? So you can go straight to the box score here. Boom, just quick and easy. You know what I'm saying? Some things that you can get minutes from how the Spurs were playing those guys, and then how Detroit minutes. The minutes were. The starters got decent minutes. What do you got here? 23, 23, 20, 24, so the list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? You can go from game by game or whatever the case may be. Just information that you can use for yourself so you can, help yourself, man. Help yourself. Because me personally, I try to do what I can, but I do work. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a lot of rambling, but I think that's good information for somebody that wants to learn how to research player props and, just try to see what's going on with these teams, especially for preseason. Now I'll refresh this PrizePicks here, and I really wanted to give it as much time as I possibly could to let the board fill up the board fill up at least before I go to work. But I can't go live. That's why I think it should be important for you guys to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because when I'm going to be at work. And I have to wait all the way up to 5 or 6 o'clock to make a few bets. And if I upload a 1-minute video, and if you have the notifications on, and I'm showing you guys some picks, then I think that's the best way to get some of my picks. Okay, for right now. One thing I was looking at, okay, so what do we got on the docket? Last thing I want to tell you guys before I get out of there, one last thing I want to tell you guys is how to get to the NBA if you're on FanDuel Sportsbook, because it's kind of crazy. You'll go to the All Sports Basketball, click on All Sports, then Basketball, bang. Then you're going to get, that's when the NBA is going to pop up preseason. Detroit versus New York, Minnesota versus Miami, New Orleans Pelicans versus the Bulls, Utah Jazz versus Portland Trail Blazers. What I was saying last night, what I was trying to tell people, knowing your personnel will get you far. Comparing the benches, compare these benches, all right? Teams that have deep benches can tend to spark a comeback or can, blow somebody out or keep the that's how you can decipher if you can, bet a margin, okay? If you can bet a margin. Let's just say, for instance, I'm giving you an example. The margins, okay? Margins, I love to bet margins. All right. Win margins 1 to 10, 11 plus, bands. We went over this last night. We came up last night. I told you the dogs were barking. What does OKC go out there and do? Nothing. What they always going to do, because they come to play every night. The benches, you compare the benches. That bench for Denver Nuggets looked terrible, and I knew that they'd be able to carry the torch. Same thing with the I bet the bands last night. I bet bands last night. Same shit, man. It's the same shit, man. Same shit. Okay. I took what did I take? Who did I take? I took that was the Sacramento Kings. Of course, like I said, I was watching that app. Once the starters were done for the Lakers, I knew there was either going to be a comeback or they were going to be ready to blow the Lakers ass out. And just what happened. All right. So this is Magic Key. The 10-point margins, of course, I like those. 10-point margins are pretty good. All right. So it is what it is. You just got to know. You got to know. All right. So starting off with the first game here, Detroit Pistons and New York Knicks. I can't really say a lot right now until we get a lot of news outside of the fact that we do know Thibodeau will go out there and play his guys. All right. So, he will play his guys. I'm looking for Detroit to play his guys. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen in this one here. If this shit's going to be competitive, I don't know, man. Speaking of prize picks here, shit. The RJ Barretts and Julius Randles. I don't see. I don't see. What's his face? We only do points in prize picks this year for right now, but I don't see. I would expect RJ being able to get there. Julius Randle could get there, but I think the shot volume. I don't know, man. I probably like the matchup for RJ Barrett. I want to hear a little bit more news. Fournier, that's 3 threes for him. I expect him to be starting. All right. Sadiq Bey, definitely I see ways where he can get there. I don't have a definite on these guys right now. I got a definite on a couple plays, but they're not out right now. I'm going to get to them. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm going to tell you guys, all right? But I can't talk you off a lot of these plays, though, man. I can't talk you off a lot of these plays, but you got to walk softly. And I got to predict some people to be on this card, all right? I'm going to tell you some people that's going to 2 players, I think, that if they get on this card, pull the trigger on these guys. All right. So we just gotta wait. They don't have a lot out right now. All right. So Minnesota Timberwolves and Miami Heat. This is a game right here where I got a play or two for you guys. All right. Minnesota Timberwolves. I am looking. There should be no the bigs. All right, there should be no Karl Anthony Towns. There should be no what the fuck is the guy's name they got from Minnesota? Rudy Gobert. All right, so there should be no Rudy Gobert. I like Nazi Reed here. Okay, not so if If he pops up on the books and his points come out there around 10 or something like that, I'm pulling the trigger. Unless I hear anything otherwise right now, I'm pulling the trigger. D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards, I mean, shit, yes. Now, Tyler Hero, I expect him to get run. I like that 12.5. And Omer, you're 7, okay? These guys expect to be stepping out behind the 3-point line. I have a few tweets. Omar U7 spending a lot of time parked out in the corner while playing alongside Adebayo. The question is whether the opposition respect that spacing. These guys might be playing together a lot. Omar U7 is definitely a skilled big man, one of my favorite players. Haven't been seeing Oladipo in scrimmage. These are a couple of tweets I'm reading from Ira Winderman. Ira Winderman from Miami. But yeah, Nazir Reed, I'm gonna like him. I'm just waiting patiently for them to put him on the books. Definitely waiting patiently for them to put on the books. And if these guys are going out there and playing D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards, I mean, point totals are low. The usage is going to be there. Yes, I mean, you can definitely sign me up for that. Anthony Edwards, especially. So yeah. On the Heat side, like I said, I'm looking at Tyler Hero, 12.5. He should get run. Sign the contract. He should be get run. Max Strus, he can stroke it. Yeah. So Omar U7, if he pops up on the book, I like him too. Okay. So those are two guys that I'm really, really looking at from this game. Next thing I'm looking at here would be they got other guys that I actually am looking at. I mean, but if these guys pop up on the books, I'll tell you. All right. Let me see something. Jalen Noel, I'll be definitely looking out for him. Kyle Anderson probably should get some run. Jaden McDaniels, yeah. So I'll be looking out for Jalen Noel for sure. All right, so New Orleans Pelicans at Chicago Bulls. Okay, we got 217 over under in this one here, and this Chicago. I mean, this Pelicans team is deep. Okay, this Pelican team is deep. Yeah, they're pretty deep, and I have to take a brief look at what's going on here. But like I said, keep an eye out on the status of C.J. McCollum and Brandon Ingram. Okay, keep the eye out on the status of those guys. Then because things could change in a hurry. All right, because I might have to go ahead and lock it in now. Somebody like Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy could go out there and pop that thing. All right. If those guys get ruled out, then of course Trey Murphy, this point total is going up. So I think they got him out there. It's a possibility that they might be out. That's probably why they got him and Najee Marshall in the player pool right now. All right. Do they have Zion Williamson in the player pool? Yeah. So it's a possibility. I might have to jump on that 10.5 right now. All right. For Trey Murphy. So that's something I'm looking at right there. And like I said, the Bulls players, I seen on Twitter, I seen Ayo. I seen them working with the ones. So, I'd expect, you see Drummond on here, maybe, probably about 7.5 points. He probably going to be on play. I would expect Ayo to be rolling with the ones. And then, 12.5 and 12.5 for DeRon DeRozan. These guys, they played like 20, 24 minutes last year in the preseason. I can't talk you off of these guys, okay? So, interesting here. Zion, 10 points. Power forwards against the Bulls. Yes, please. I mean, come on, man. The usage is going to be there. It should be one to get loose. Yeah. Yes. 10 points. Yes. I mean, until I hear otherwise about minutes and stuff like that. So I like that. All right. A lot of things I like about that game. especially if CJ and Ingram is out, okay? Because their usage is more concentrated. Next game I want to talk about is going to be Utah Jazz at Portland Trail Blazers. All right. There was rumblings that well, this is a back-to-back for Portland. All right. So this is a back-to-back for Portland. They just played last night. There was rumblings that some of the guys can't sit. So keep an eye on that situation. Utah Jazz, we'll see. All right. So Utah Jazz, I think they've already played a preseason game. And so you can basically look at some of those numbers and get a feel for how things went. Colin Sexton did not start, so that was something to look at there. They got beat down, banded by the Raptors, 31 plus. Love it. Got the love of preseason. Yes, sir. Got the love of preseason. So you had Olenek. He played 22 minutes. Beasley, 21 minutes. Markkanen, 23 minutes. The usage was there for Markkanen, 20 points. So let me see. Going back to PrizePicks, definitely going to like that 12.5 with the usage being there. So Malik Beasley, you know what he does, the big-time three-point shot. Vanderbilt going out there rebounding. Colin Sexton played 18 minutes off the bench. Jordan Clarkson played 18 minutes. What is his point prop sitting at? 9.5 there? Yeah, so, Nickeil Alexander-Walker played 15 minutes. He didn't score. So, it is what it is. All right. So that's just, you can go back and find some of those stats and get a feel on how people played, who played, or whatever the case may be with that. So, yeah. Interesting, though. Just keep an eye out on the news for the Portland Trailblazers, starters, and stuff like that. Because low-key, if you guys remember last year, they got some guys that come off that bench that could play, man. They carried the torch toward the ends of last season. You guys know that, all right? So you had guys like who was that coming off the bench? I mean, you had guys like Eubanks, Sharp. You got keep an eye on Sharp, especially if there's some injuries or whatever. They send people. He's going to be somebody that I'm going to be looking at. Nasir Little, guys like that. Okay. So it's going to be this information going to be foreign to a lot of you guys, but to a lot of you guys playing PrizePicks and betting on props, you guys, this information is going to be vital. Okay. I can't really give you any sides right now. Maybe later on. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So as soon as I put something out, you guys will see it and get it, man. Peace out, though, fam. Peace out.